Assalamu alaikum everyone. I'm Samsul Arfin Shamim. Today we are going to solve Pearson Edexcel A-Level IT 2019 paper, paper 1. Today we are going to solve this paper. So here, as you can see, this paper has like 2 hours. Within 2 hours, you need to solve this paper. And keep in mind there are so many questions you need to answer, so in that's why always remember the time management system for this sort of question. Don't simply waste a lot of time for a particular question. If you are not confident enough for a particular question, simply just skip that and move on to the next question. Okay, so do not just simply waste your full time in one particular question if you're not confident enough. So that's why within 2 hours you have to finish all of the questions. So and this paper has 80 marks, and within this 80 marks there are a few simple questions you will have, some difficult question also you will have. So let's dig in into the questions. So the first question over here, that's the multiple choice question answer we need to answer here. So just give me one moment. Let me fix it up. Okay, I think that's okay. Okay. So over here it says that uh, Sarah purchased a smart TV, and the features of the TV uh, allow her to browse the internet, deal with the email. So first of all, browse. Then it says with the email and use interactive media. So identify the statement that best describes Sarah's TV. So let's go through the first question, first answer over here. They have given us a first choice. They have given us the TV is an example of technological convergence. So basically, technological convergence they are talking about. So if you don't know about the technological convergence, that's been in simple word we can say like a simple you can say like multiple functionalities functionalities in one device. For example, you can say like previously we used radio for listening some sort of music, but now we have all the features of the radio in smartphone. Previously we have to use like we can say camera, individual camera, but we can simply use the mobile phone for taking the pictures, video, all the other features nowadays you will have it in a single device, which is the cell phone. That's why you can say best example of the technological convergence is the cell phone. On the other hand, here the TV, they're they're saying that we can browse the internet, we can send the email, we can use interactive media. Also, this is also a term of technological convergence. So let's go through the next option. Let's say it is faster to browse with the TV than the laptop, which is incorrect. The TV is an example of parallel development, which is also not fit for the answer. Sarah can store her email messages on the TV. That's also not fit for the answer. The fit answer is the first one, A. Okay. The second question over here they have given us the TV contains an embedded system. Identify the statement that best describes an embedded system. So over here you need to know about the embedded system first. If you don't know the embedded system, first let me explain you a bit in embedded system. If you don't know about it, just give me a moment. Okay. Uh, So embedded system basically, you can say a single circuit which can be used in several devices. Okay. I think you guys have learned about this thing before. So, in case you don't know, or in case you are not uh, you did not understand the concept of embedded system, let me just simply explain you over here, as I have to space over here. So, embedded system, it refers to a, okay, let me just make it a bit bigger. Embedded, okay, so let's double the embedded system. So embedded system basically it refers to a computer system designed to perform, you can say, specific functions, but this specific function must be within a large, you can say, electronic system. Okay. So example, like you can say, washing machine, washing machine, microwave, etc. Okay. These are the few examples you can say. So, if you're confident enough now, then let's go to the question over here. So it says that an embedded system must contain flash memory, which is not correct. An embedded system is controlled by an external control unit, which is also correct because that's the part of the big, system. So an embedded system is designed to perform a small number of specific functions, which might be correct. But which is correct, not might be, which is correct. Let's say last option they have given us. An embedded system must remain powered at all times. That's not true. So obviously the third one is the correct answer. Okay, let's move on to the next one. So over here, stage, one type of memory used to store the firmware. Okay, so firmware basically it's also I you can say a memory system. Okay, uh, just give me a minute. So firmware basically also a memory system. It also refers some sort of software which can permanently program. Okay, like in the router they have you know what can I say firmware. So firmware, in case you don't know about the firmware, let's say uh, it refers let's say to a type of software that is permanently programmed, or you can say like stored in non-volatile memory. Okay, so it's a state one type. That's why you just need to write down the type of memory over here. First of all, non-volatile memory, you can say like ROM. You can also say like types of ROM like EPROM, EPROM, EEPROM. You can also say flash memory, flash memory. These are the few types of firmware. The next one it says that one function of TV's firmware is to store the operating system. Two other functions of the firmware. So there are several functions of the firmware. First of all, you can say like it can store the TV's app. You know, you can nowadays store application software in the TV so that you can use it frequently. So that's the point. You can just simply write it here. So you store TV's app, stores TV's apps. Do not write application because application is for the computers, not the Android devices. Okay. Second point, you can say let's say BIOS stores the BIOS. Also, you can say like by using the firmware, you can control how the device will work during the user interaction. So you can say controls how the device works during user interaction. Like, what does it mean? It means like, you can just simply change the brightness, you can change the contrast of the, device. You can simply uh, modify the or add some, what can I say? What is it called? I forgot the actual name currently. Like on screen menu, for example, you can say on screen menu, you can say. On the other hand, you can say like how the device will start up, how the device will start up. That's also be controlled by the firmware. There are some uh, like few updates frequently. Your software will need to be updated. That update will be stored in the firmware. So you can say like updates uh, stores. Yeah, that's it. Okay. You can just simply write any two of from here. Okay. So have I written anything about farmer? I think I wrote it like farmer. Have I written? I think I wrote. Oh yeah, I wrote it. Sorry. Okay. Okay. So next question over here it says that uh, digital devices such as Service TV have features of assist uh, those with disabilities. Okay. So descriptive features of smart TV using interface that assist people with uh, visual impairment. So visual impairment, like first of all, visual impairment, like you can just simply give comment using your voice, like voice comment and voice. You know, okay, say over here, voice command to give instruction to the device. You can say using voice command to give instruction to the device, then if screen zoom in zoom out facilities, screen zoom in, or which is also called enlargement, enlarge, so that people people, or you can say like the disabled person, so people can, you know, focus on important part on the screen. Next, you can also say like uh, it has some high contrast, or you can say the change the change the brightness to allow more, more, you can say, comfortable viewing, you can say comfortable viewing. On the other hand, if there are some people like who is colorblind, in that case, colorblind people can use the, voice interactivity for giving the instruction. We have already discussed on that topic at the beginning. Uh, okay, so visual impairment also have good features known as, uh, audio auto audio description, or you can say, which is also known as audio readability, or audio description readability. So you can say that audio description, which provide you can say like a description, which provide a description of the screen. Okay, so by the way, to the question, it says describe. You need to keep this in mind, because in describe, always remember you need to explain the part, or explain the point that you are giving. Okay, as like over here they already given us explain, so remember you need to explain it. So next question is, explain one more or ethical reason why manufacturers of digital devices include accessibility features in their product. So there are few moral or ethical reason might be. So first of all, you can say like uh, it should not be discriminated. Like those who are very you know, but actually those who are normal person, they can easily, go back and forth using the remote. They can easily see the low and high contrast uh, video or audio, sorry, not audio actually, videos on the screen. So if uh, the, manufacturers are not gonna add any sort of uh, extra features to help the disabled peoples, in that case that's going to be very difficult to give any sort of instruction or command to the device, so that uh, they can not use it properly. Okay, so you can say like First of all, as it has 3 marks, we need to explain a bit more. Remember, it has 3 marks, so it's gonna be pretty long answer. Not pretty long, quite long actually. Uh, so first of all, you can say like making devices easier to use for people with disabilities uh, will increase the size of the market as everyone will be able to buy it. That's right. On the other hand, uh, so that anybody can access digital devices. Okay, that's one of the reasons. So that anybody can access digital devices. On the other hand, uh, let me see. Also, like easier to give instruction to the device by the disabled pupils or people or disabled persons, which will sorry, which will lead to a good customer satisfaction. Okay. Next one, it says that tell me that it has a personal website. Okay, get it. So they have a personal website. He'll uses the website to tell people about the places that he has traveled to. The website domain they have given as a domain. The domain is this one, and the IP address is this one they have given us. When someone wants to visit the website, they enter the domain name into their browser address bar. Describe how the connection is made to IP address. So basically, they are asking over here how your web browser is gonna connect with the website using the IP address. Okay, so you can say like browser functionality you might say over here, but uh, make sure that you are going to use the IP address over in your answer, like not directly, indirectly you might need to say that. So first of all, the browser, what we will do, okay, browser checks the cache memory first, because every time when you are going to you know surf the internet, it will store the address in the cache memory, so that Next time when you are going to visit it, it will redirect you directly to that website so that it will take less time to load. And also it can, uh, store the, what can I say, you can store the information or the search that you have done before, so that it can give you some recommendation based on your previous search. So browser checks cache for previously used connection, then browser connects to domain name server, which is also known as DNS. Then from the DNS has a database, a database of domain name and IP address. Then IP address sent to the browser. After that, that IP address used to connect to website. That's it. That's the answer. Okay, next one, it says that Helmi uses a web hosting company to host and support his website. The company provides software tools to make both static and dynamic web pages. Give three differences between static and dynamic web pages. There's tons of differences between static and dynamic web pages. You just need to search the internet. You get a lot of information over there as well. Uh, so I believe you guys already have uh, finished this topic. Okay, so first of all, over here, make sure that you are going to compare uh, these two things properly, because otherwise you will not get marked. Like first point, you cannot just simply write the above the static web page. On the other hand, second point, you cannot just simply write down the information about the dynamic web page. You need to write down both of the information all together in one point. That means there should be there are 3 points they are giving here, but there will be like six individual points and six individual important points you might say. So I'm going to give you bunch of information based on static and dynamic web pages. So it might be I might need few more other you know pages over here. So I'm going to make it zoom so that I can simply write it properly over here and make some notes. So first of all, let's say static. And over here, let's write dynamic. Dynamic. In the static web page or website, it's a website. It's a website like whose web pages are coded in HTML and contents are contents are fixed. Okay. On the other hand, in dynamic, a website whose web pages are generated in real time. Uh, Static website, it, it is developed using client side technologies like such as it, for example, you can say such as HTML, CSS, etc. Not Java and other things, although the server side is scripted. Okay, you also simply uh, combine those things. Developed using client side technologies, website technologies such as Java, script, as well as server side scripting language. Okay. In static, the contents will remain unchanged. So you can say content remains unchanged until or unless it is changed from the source. Uh, on the other hand, here content changes according to the client request. Do not just simply write in the way I'm writing here. because this is not the appropriate way of writing. I'm just giving you some information so that you can just simply add this information all together. Okay. Uh, on the other hand, in static website, it's a simple and easier to program. On the other hand, it's more complex to program. Then it does not allow it does not allow many user interaction many user interactions, and dynamic, it allows more user interactions. So this one is cheaper to host, and this one is costly to host. Another point, important point, are difficult to update, and it is easier to update. So these are the few points, you can write it down. So finally we got this thing over here. Okay, so let's move on. Hilmi's website only has static web pages. He is thinking of converting the website into a dynamic one. Discuss advantages of using dynamic web pages instead of static web pages. Uh, okay, and it has 6 months, and we need to discuss a lot of things. So, first of all, let me just simply make it a bit. Okay. So this sort of question, always remember, you need to break it down into few sections. First of all, as it says, that advantage of using, dynamic web pages. You can just simply write down some advantages of using the dynamic web pages over here. Or not. But do remember, do not simply add the advantages or the differences that you have written here into the advantages. Okay? You can add advantages, but make sure that you are not going to use the same point as you have written before. Okay? In that case, you are not going to get marked. So first of all, we can say like it is easier to create, and the pages are organized. Easier to create, and pages are organized. Users do not need to so do not need to learn or know HTML, then know need to decode pages to change content and connect to database, allowing users to use of content management system. Last one you can say like no. Oh, okay, let me just say less less cost and time when changing page content. Okay, so that's okay. This is the advantage I have written here. Now you need to write down some perspective on behalf of the users. So you can say responsive to the users, responsive to the users. So first of all, over here you can say like pages are filled automatically. You can say filled according to users' actions. If you have used those page before, then automatically it will fail. Probably have seen that in some websites like common website. If you have used those pages very frequently, in that case if you're going to type any letter in the search box, it will give you some suggestion based on your previous search. So on the other hand, interactive actions allow uh, users engagement. You can say user engagement able to respond to different screen size. As we know that a website will look different in the on the monitor, and the same website will look different in the cell phone. That's the it depends on the screen size. You know that, right? So that's the main concept over here. On the other hand, you can also have some other information like content can be stored in daily basis using cookies. So content can be stored using cookies, using cookies. On the other hand, content uh, will be backed up uh, any time of the day, time of the day, time of the day. On the other hand, sometimes we can simply uh, use for better SEO, better for SEO. SEO means search engine optimization. Okay, so these are the few things you need to keep in mind for this sort of question answer. Do not just simply write the points and finish it up. You will not get full marks, although you will probably get 102 to 3 marks, but like 4 to 5 marks if you want to get, you need to write in this one. Okay. Okay. So next one, it says that it's a bit tricky one. A car dealer has a spare parts department. Okay. Where customers buy parts for their cars. A customer places an order. The order is passed to a member of the staff who finds the part in the stock room. The part is then given to the customer together with an invoice. Okay, so we are giving them an invoice. The number in stock of the part is updated. That's the stock update direction. The manager order further stock from suppliers. Further stock from supplier. Here is the partial completed data flow diagram for this sort of process. Okay, they have given us some few numbers A, B, C, D, E, F. There they have given us few numbers. So what we need to do? What are the things the label might have from A to F? We just need to write down the answer. So first of all, it says order and it went to, okay, so this is the order part B. This is the ordering part. So in A, as you know, customer will gauge the order and uh, how much you need to pay. Those sort of invoice you gauge. So obviously in A, it should be invoice, or you might say receipt. So invoice, you might say receipt. The second one, D, once you have uh, got the invoice, at the same time your order is gonna process. So in B, your order is going to process. So over here it might give you some sort of information. So your order is gonna process, like order is gonna file over here order card. So obviously in B, your order is gonna process it. You need to write. So process order, process order. Then number C, after that your order is gonna be place order, place order. Number B, uh, okay, number B, order a part over here, part of the order over here. So now comes in the staff actually. So you might need some staff to wrapping those things up, or you can just simply store room. You can say store room and staff. Then number E, as it says, report is gonna to hand it over to the manager. On the other hand, you're getting the order file in E. So as you're going to give the report to the manager, so you first need to create the report, right? So create report, create reports, and finally over here it comes from order. So manager, you will get the report, then stock order, in C order in stock, and from there output. Then it's gonna contact with the supplier. So contact with the supplier, successful supplier. Yes. So these are the few things you might need for this sort of answer. Hopefully you got it. Okay. So let's move on. So a customer wants to buy a replacement light bulb for a car. The bulb is no longer manufactured. The car dealer is, the car dealer can order one from a specialist supplier. A member of the staff uses a specialist database to find suppliers of the bulb. The database includes this table. Okay, there is supplier ID. This is the supplier database table. They have given us over here the supplier ID, supplier name, and the telephone number. And they have also given us a bulb table where you will get the bulb ID, manufacturer who has made the bulb, and part number, voltage supply, stock level, and what the bulb will consume. The manufacturer of the bulb is Lucas Electrical. So this is the manufacturer of the bulb. The member of the staff can only make out this sort of uh, number where this symbol indicates an unreadable character. Okay, so what you need to do, write an SQL. So you need to know about the SQL language. Always remember, SQL is not complicated, but uh, you probably have learned this thing before. So I hope it's not gonna be very difficult to understand. So write an SQL that will display names and contact details. So they are asking you to display over here. They are asking you to display the names and the contact details of the supplier who are likely to have bulk in stock. So this is another criteria. Bulk in stock. List the suppliers in alphabetical order. Alphabetical order. So there are a few things you need to keep in mind. Those are over here. This is one sort of criteria. Oh no, sorry. This is not the criteria actually. You need to display or show this thing, and this is the criteria. and this is the sorting. Okay, so as you need to have the contact details as well as the name. So the contact details, okay, the name and the telephone number is the name, and the telephone number is in the T-bill supplier. So what are the things they are asking you to add? That is the display names and the contact details. Contact details means the telephone. That's the thing we have just seen from here. So you have to write select. This is the keyword. Always remember the keyword. It must be written in capital letters. Select name they have asked you to add and the telephone. Okay. Then from where you are going to add that, from where means from which table. That means the table name you need to write here. From which table you are going to add this thing. TBL supplier, that's the name, I believe. TBL supplier, and the name of the supplier they have given us over here, Lucas. So this is also a criteria. So select from, then where, select from where, manufacturer, manufacturer is equal to Lucas, what is it, electrical, Lucas electrical. And keep in mind these are the things you need to write it down in double quotation. Okay, also you need to add few more things like where and to other criteria they have given us. Okay. In the question it says that bulb in stock. So bulb in stock, that's when the stock level must not be zero. So over here stock level must not be zero. You can simply add and over here stock level is greater than zero, you can say, you can write that. And also you need to add and over here. And another thing, they have given you another part over here. This is the way you need to show it. So the part number, that's the part number. So obviously this is gonna show or add, this is gonna add in your SQL as well. So and part number, or and part number like in double quotation. And this is the input math you need to write here. Like in the part number they have given us LL, so simply write down the LL. LL means letter, must be letters, LL. and then they have given you unreadable characters. So simply how many? Actually, two unreadable characters. That means two underscore you need to give. Two underscore you need to give. Then 801157 801157. Then they have given us B. Then how many characters? Double characters unreadable, and then D. That's it. Underscore D. Get it? Okay. So another and you need to add here for from which table, and like it's not complicated. Let's say over here names and the contact details as well as the above table is connected all together. So you need to mention it in your database SQL. It's very important. Without this, your program is not gonna be counted. So let me simply move it a bit in here. So this should be properly aligned. Okay, so and so first of all, the table name TBL underscore supplier dot, where the supplier ID should be supplier ID must be equal with the TBL underscore above the table name dot supplier ID. That means TBL supplier ID from the uh, supplier ID from the TBL table must be equal with the supplier ID from the TBL bulk table. TBL table, no, supplier table. So these two must be equal. That's why you need to also mention it in your SQL. Finally, they have given us another thing, that is the sorting part. So over here we can just simply write ordered by order by name, order by name, and list of the supplier, that means name and the table. So order by name. So order by name by default it will be in the ascending order. But if they have given a or uh, a descending order, you need to mention it ordered by name in descending. These are the things you need to mention. Okay? So let's move on to the next question. It says that explain one advantages for the car dealer of having access to the specialist database. Specialist database, they have few advantages. Specialist database just like every information about the car is going to be stored into the database so that the supplier can easily find out what are the problems the car holder or the car, suppose you are going to have some problem in your car, so you can just simply contact with your car dealer, and if your car dealer has some specialist database, it can simply write down the problem into the database and find it out what sort of problem you are having into your car, so that they can directly fix that particular problem instead of you know repairing, or instead of working on uh, some like human made problem which is not available currently in there. Okay, so explain, let's say explain as they have given us the points, so we need to write a bit longer points as well. So uh, what can I say? Okay, so let's say first point, car dealer has uh, has information. Arduino has information. Uh, else what can I say? Arduino has information and can access them anytime from the database if needed. You can say. Then information information uh, is all in one place so that does not need to need to have need to have called to have called uh, numerous suppliers which will save time. Uh, as he knows where to find out the uh, product or the car parts, so he does not need to store all the things in his uh, in his store. He can just simply go through the supply chain and call them, or like directly hand it over from the supplier to the customer. So you can just simply write here no need to store, or no need to okay, so no need to store, no need to store in stock because because uh, because we can directly hand over product to the customer from supplier, which will save space. You can also say like uh, can offer right here, can offer service to customer that it did not do without access access, also giving better customer satisfaction. Another thing you can say, like uh okay, that's it actually, not more than it. Okay, so that's the thing we have discussed with you today. Now I'm going to wrap this up for today. Inshallah, I'll be covering the other topics in the next class, you can say, in the next video. So hopefully it will be helpful for you guys. And please be subscribed to the channel so that it will motivate me to, make this sort of informative videos for the students as well. So thank you. Allah Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum.